Hey there, Jack and Jill Motor Rod. Welcome to another motorcycle test kitchen video. Today we're going to talk about the Denali S4 LED lights. And yes, obviously this was recorded at the height of the pandemic. Even outdoors, we were told to wear masks. One day during the pandemic, I needed to get out, decided to go for a ride. Headed down the general southeastern-ish Virginia area in the I-95 corridor and ended up at this rest stop along I-95 where I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you a little bit about the Denali lights on my 2005 BMW R1200 GS. So the lights themselves come from Twisted Throttle. I'm not 100% sure if Twisted Throttle owns Denali or is just the largest or primary distributor in the United States, but I got them through the Twisted Throttle website and got everything I needed in the package, including the Denali DIM technology, which gives you half power on demand. I wasn't able to install that module. There just wasn't physically enough room on the bike, but that's not Denali's fault. So let's take a look at what the lights are, where they are, and what they do. And I chose to mount them from a light bar on the front of the bike. It attaches with two screws underneath the beak, and it has several cutouts on it for zip ties to secure the wires for the lights. You can see you could mount the lights on the top or the bottom of the bar, and I chose to mount them on the bottom just to get a little more of the triangle of light going with my headlight. So these are fairly small 4 LED lights. You can see they're nice and bright. So you do have to take care to aim them properly so they don't irritate other people on the road, whether you're in the daytime or the nighttime. So because I didn't run them with the DataDim switch, I have a simple on-off switch using them. Oh, and before that, I want to show you, I call this the water loop. That helps keep water out of the housing because it doesn't allow it to collect. It will pool to the bottom of that loop and drip off, and then they're secured inside. And this is the on-off switch. I just drilled a small hole in that body panel and mounted the switch there. And it's a simple on-off push button. There you go. And it works really easily whether you have gloves on or not. It's got a little rubber weather cap on it that's handy. Now the wiring runs behind the body panels underneath the tank. So let me get the seat off here and show you what's under there. You can see where the wiring pops out from underneath the tank, goes past the battery, and this big mass of wiring I normally wouldn't leave, but I knew I wasn't going to be putting these lights on the box on the bike permanently. That was me showing you about how big the Denali dim light box is and why there isn't anywhere to put it. So it's run through the fuse panel on the bike, and that just helps keep everything from overloading the CAN bus on this bike. There's a bunch of different stuff on there. That's the wire for the fuse panel, I think. I'm not 100% sure anymore, I remember. So it looks a little messy, but it's only because I didn't trim the wires down because I knew I wasn't going to be leaving it on this bike. Anyways, the lights work really well. I'm very pleased with them, which is why I want to move them to my next bike. And all I'm doing is waiting to get a light bar so I can install them on that bike. You have to stay tuned for that. I'll try and show you a video of the actual installation. Until then, do all the subscribing and liking stuff and ride safe.